We're a week into practice. What are your early impressions of your group?
Well, I think, only having 6 practices so far, I think the guys are competing. And that's the main thing. I just want them to come out here and every day and just get better and compete and, just work on their skill set, and they're doing that.
Going through most of spring, you had a pretty clear-cut starting 4 with Darius and Jeremy at the slots and Keenan and Derek outside. Is that still your starting 4 if Baylor open tomorrow?
Right. Currently, everything is still the way it was in the spring, but obviously things can change. Injuries can change things. Just coming out here every day, getting better. A lot of the guys that are in backup positions right now are challenging those guys too. So, we're just hopeful that when we end this thing, we'll have 8 guys that can play.
Who are some of those backups that have caught your attention a little bit and might push for some time?
Well, I'll tell you, Ryan Walker is a guy, Cole Loftons, Arias Holloman, he's doing well right now, and, Stevie Nelson, before the injury, was doing a great job too. So, those guys continue to get better, continue to buy into what we're doing, and I expect us to have a real solid group.
It looks, in watching practice this week, it looks like there's been some inconsistency, where there have been a couple days where they catch everything in sight, a couple days where their hands aren't quite as consistent.
Right.
What do you attribute that to? Is that concentration? Is that running through some tired legs?
That's football. I mean, sometimes you're going to catch some and you're going to drop some. That's just part of the game. So, I'm not going to, obviously we expect those guys to go out there each and every day, and they have high expectations for themselves to go out and make plays every day. And if they continue to work at that, then that'll minimize. So it's still early right now. So I'm kind of reserving judgment on that.
Coach Jones has referred to Darius Johnson, saying he's as talented as any receiver he's ever coached. Is he that impressive to you, and what do you like most about him?
Well, I like the fact that he comes out every day and gives great effort. He's assignment perfect, and he competes on every play, and he pays attention to detail. So he may be one of the best coaches ever coached. We actually had a conversation about it and comparing him to Andre Rison, which was one of the best receivers in the run and shoot system in Atlanta. So, he's got a lot of similarities to that, the way he's just so smooth, the way he plays the game. So, yeah, he could very well be.
These preseason practices are broiling hot, but based on just the nature of your position and how much running these guys do, are they more susceptible to succumbing to this heat than other positions because of all the routes you're running them through, or does this actually help them down the road?
I have to say it helps them down the road. That's the strength department. That's Mel and his crew and what they've been able to do this summer with these guys in the off season. We put that in Mel's hands, and we trust Mel, and so he's got them ready. So far, so good. We haven't had any major injuries or anything like that. But anytime you're out here and you're running 200, 300-plus plays, and you get in the game and you run 70 to 80, so obviously it's a big help.
When you got hired, you talked about wanting to get these guys to play fast as they got used to you and your expectations and everything. Are you starting to see some of that?
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Obviously, they've been used to doing things a certain way for the last 2 or 3 years or so, and I have certain expectations myself. So we're working on that. This is just day 6. Again, I'm just going to reserve judgment on that. But right now they're trying. They're trying really hard.
One guy who's caught a little bit of attention this week is Austin Fuller. He's a big guy, but he's been playing some in the slot in practice, and then he's also been used in that sort of tight end role.
Right.
And he's made a collection of one-handed catches and leaping catches.
Absolutely.
How do you see him fitting into this rotation?
There's a role for him. I think we've modified our system a little bit and created a package for Austin, and we're going to use him in that package. And so, yeah, he's done a tremendous job so far.
Out of your current group of receivers, who reminds you the most of yourself as a player?
All of them. Because we're out here playing for one of the greatest coaches in college football. But seriously, I think Darius Johnson, he's got a lot of similarities as far as his effort. He gives that each and every play when he's getting the ball and when he's not. He's playing fast, and Derek Thompson with the speed, So, a lot of those guys, everybody, it's not about, I want those guys to be themselves, So I want them to develop their talents and be themselves on the field. But Darius Johnson, is by far one of the better players I've seen in a while.
So you're not constantly reminding them of how good you were and what you used to do?
No need. No. I just kind of give them a little tips here and there about how I did it. But as far as reminding them how good I were, that's for YouTube and all that. They can look that up.
What do you still want to see from this group between now and your trip down to Waco in a few weeks?
Improvement. Just constant improvement. Get better tomorrow. Be a little bit better tomorrow, be a little bit better the next day. Today, plus today, hopefully equals big wins on Saturday. So.